Did it not go?
All right. I believe on our sports network, such a time as this, we have a lot to talk about. It is March, and there's a lot of madness going on. Just before we get started, I want to congratulate Jacob. He landed a sponsor today. Bracken Real Estate. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, sir.
Dan Bracken is the owner. Out of 10,000 agents in the upstate, and he's located in Powdersville. He was number 35. So if he's number 35 out of 10,000, he's doing something right. We'll have him up on the website by the morning and some links to go to his page. Also, Sweetwater Electric. It's an electrical company. It's a guy named Josh Hill owns it. Just kind of ran across him by mistake, really, or maybe it's just meant to be. Went in his office and he had all his Carolina stuff in there. And I was joking around with him, and I said, I'm going to have to charge you more. And he says, I'm a Clemson fan too. He goes, I got a son that actually goes to Clemson. And a lot of my money goes there. But he had worked for a big company, decided to go out on his own in January, opened up an office, and has already landed a Amazon account. Pretty big. I think it's in Missouri, I think he said, or Mississippi. It's one of those states. He's located at 108 Clemson Boulevard in Seneca. And Bracken Real Estate ran Bracken. They're at 208 Powdersville, Main Street in Powdersville. All right, so it is March, and this is, they don't call it March Madness for nothing. Exciting time of the year. I love this time of the year. Clemson comes in at a 5 seed. We got little Walford in, and we just got a lot going on. I guess we'll talk about the ACC tournament and then kind of lead into the March Madness, the team of 64. So we played ACC tournament, 1-1, lost 1. Y'all got any thoughts on that?
Well,
I got plenty.
Where do you start? The first game we, were playing good, and it, should have been a larger margin of victory than it was. But we closed it out. We finished. It was a late game. I don't know what it is about the 9:30 games. We just seem we don't seem to play well at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah. We ended up playing that second game was at 10 o'clock before we got started.
Yeah.
Because the North Carolina Duke game went a little, and that's another thing that, controversy in the ACC tournament. Some are trying to say what was going on. Was it staged? Was it rigged? Was something really going on with the guy? So there was one guy that was there, and I can't remember names on the UNC side of things, but the one guy was there for the first foul shot. First foul shot was missed. He comes out of that lane spot. Yeah. The new guy comes into the lane spot and then does this right before he shoots, jumps, reacts to cause a no basket lane violation foul. And so, if you go and look at, social media, everybody's in an uproar saying this game was rigged. It was meant that North Carolina was not to win that game because Duke, being number one. I don't know. I've seen so many things. If you want to go on a conspiracy theory road, there you go.
He left real early. It was strange.
I will say the accounts were strange. The kid made a mistake, obviously.
Yeah.
There's reports that, he went off to the sideline and was so down on himself that he was crying, that he just ruined the chances that North Carolina had to beat Duke. But I don't know. It was strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
They still got in the big dance, North Carolina.
Well, and, we talked pre-show about that, huge controversy going on with that. But we can talk about that here in a second. Game 2 against Louisville, absolutely should have won that game. Absolutely should have won that game. But we let them back in. Louisville was playing us hard. I need no discredit to Louisville. They literally came and played. They were playing hard. We made our own mistakes. In my opinion, just like Dabo always says, you got to not beat Clemson, and Clemson beat Clemson in that Louisville game.
Yeah.
And, Then
We
you can
played
bring
from
up,
behind. We came
was
back
it a
and then
foul? Was it not a foul? My opinion, wholeheartedly, definitely a foul.
it was definitely a foul.
Sure.
It was definitely a foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
We got videos and pictures to prove it.
I mean, he got killed, no call at all. Just
No
something.
call, which
absolutely.
is sad. I had to write an article that night. And I told Sean, I said, just excuse me, I'm gonna be a little brash and be a little bit bold, but I'm gonna say what needs to be said. It's not just Clemson. I've been wanting to say it for a long time. It's just refereeing in general, not even in basketball, in football, in a lot of sports. You look at the Chiefs, what happened this year. You look at what happened at Clemson game. I mean, it shouldn't. You got one job to do, and it's not that hard. I mean, you got eyes, you got a brain.
What is
not
there?
that hard.
3 referees, right?
Yeah, you see,
There's 3 referees, right?
I mean, you don't go to graduate school and get a referee degree. It's not rocket science.
How does 1 out of the 3 not see it?
It's not. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You wonder if it's not biased on some of these calls.
And then why can't that be challenged?
Why can't it be challenged? That was another good question.
You got to add that in college basketball. That's ridiculous. I mean,
Something like that needs to be. Especially in the last couple of minutes, they ought to challenge stuff like that.
I mean, it's deciding
a bad call's a bad call.
Potential championship matchup, number 1.
Yeah,
and like I would get it in a regular season game, maybe not be. Well, I don't know if you're going to challenge.
Bad calls are bad calls. But the really bad is when they decide the difference. Decide the difference in the game.
I feel like, I mean, don't quote me. I'm not the biggest on basketball rules, but do the coaches have no challenges in basketball? Like, can they not challenge a play?
Yeah, certain things. Like when the clock went off, did he get it off in time? I mean,
but the referees call that, don't they? Huh? Don't the referees challenge that? Do the coaches themselves get a challenge?
Good question.
I know in the NBA they do. I don't think they do in college.
See, that's we got this great technology, and I'm sorry,
I think they can challenge like out of bounds calls and stuff like, he shoots the ball. Did he get it off in time? When he, like they're shooting the ball and the buzzer goes off, they do a replay. I think they can. I think the coach can challenge that. I think they can challenge if he stepped out of bounds and stuff like that. But evidently, they can't challenge a foul when somebody's shooting. You ought to be able to.
That would have been a game winner right there.
Yeah. They can only challenge out of bounds violations.
There was only Alabama. Okay, that's the only thing they challenged.
That's terrible.
So the referees are the one that challenged the last second, the buzzer shots. And then there was another game. I don't want to say it was. There's another game where they didn't foul and they called a foul, and the game was going in overtime, and the team. It was an SEC game, but anyways, I think it was Alabama or somebody. Yeah. And he went up there and he shot the ball and he missed it, and then they called a foul and they replayed it. There's really no foul, and the guy went to the line with 0.05 seconds. I think it was Alabama somebody, and he made one of the shots and they won the game because of that.
I don't know. There's just some things. I feel like there's some changes that need to be made for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, that play like that should be allowed to be challenged either by a coach or the referees or somebody. I mean, college football has a replay booth. Why can't college basketball have a replay booth? And buzz down to the referees going, hey, I think we need to relook at that play that should have been called a foul.
Yeah.
I mean, even the announcers were like, how do you not call that a foul?
I mean, I'm just saying, this isn't they got Brad Barnell on TV right now. They're doing a little thing with sports. So I don't have to go out and turn down. They do that thing every Tuesday night. Anyhow, yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. And it's not rocket science. And these guys don't go to a 9-to-5 job. I don't know how many games you officiate. And I guarantee every rep that's in any game, whether it's with baseball, football, or basketball, when that game starts, they have some bias on what team they want to win. And they can't be that way. And but anyway,
yeah.
That's
so. I mean, I know we played well, and Jacob, you could probably put up the stats on this, but we didn't play horrible against Louisville, but we played okay, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it was just not enough. And you got to give credit to Louisville. Louisville did play. They came to win.
It wasn't our best game. We're still. I mean, I'm not too discouraged. They could have.
I mean, give Louisville credit; they came to win.
Yeah.
Period.
All right. So what do we got on the stats of that game?
Yep. All right. Let's get into the stats. So our field goal, we were 27 to 69 for 39.1%. 3-point. I don't know what's happened, but we can just not get a solid 3-point game. 5 of 16 for 31.3%. Free throw, we were 14 to 17 for 82.4%. Rebounds, we were right there with the same. They had 38, we had 37. Assists, we had 8 and they had 12. Steals, we had 10 and they had 7. Blocks, we had 2, they had 5. And then turnovers, we had 9 and they had 15, and they still won the game. I mean,
we're still getting the turnovers. Our defense is solid.
Dude, we were playing hard.
It's a game that could have gone either way. I really wanted an ACC championship.
Yeah, and this was one of those games that we should have won. I mean, on paper, we should have won, period.
I mean,
we should have won, yeah. I don't know what's going on. We need to hit the threes. We hit threes, we win.
Yeah, I mean, we hit better threes than they did, 31.3 to their 27.3.
Yeah.
I mean, and then their largest lead was 15, while ours was a whopping 7. And 7 in today's game is nothing.
Now that was what? Now was that stat?
Dang near 2 possessions, and their largest lead was 15.
I give the boys credit; they fought hard.
Yeah, they came back.
Louisville came with what they had. I mean, Louisville came with what they gave it their all. But it is what it is. And again, I feel like the referees kind of took that game away from us. And, and I'll be the first one to say is we should have never let it get to that point. Okay. Should have never let it get to that point. But, it's not like Louisville was like a weak team. They were a good team. They were a good ACC team this year. So,
man.
So, there's that. And I think you got the picture, if you can put that up there.
Put that picture.
Yeah. How?
I mean, we got a smack on the head, the arm. He got freaking tackled, and we don't have a call. It's unacceptable.
I mean, look at the head on the head.
I mean, look at his head. His head is like,
how is that not a foul? If you sat that picture and we all sat in the room with those 3 refs, they could not honestly look you straight in the face and say that was not a foul.
That's horrible.
I wish we had a picture of what the referees were looking at.
Did y'all see that apology that the NCAA came out and apologized for the missed call?
Oh, did they?
So they did.
Yeah. So they did do it, but I mean,
they admitted
it don't even matter anymore. We lost the game. You got no
chance. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Yeah. Sorry.
Screw your apology. I mean,
what does that do?
Yeah.
Hey, can't go back up to Charlotte and play the end again. I mean, come on.
Well,
you got to get that stuff right.
Duke goes on to win the ACC championship.
I have never read an article.
Honestly and truly, I didn't even watch the game. I was so pissed at us losing in that manner. I was like, I don't even care who wins the ACC championship. It'll probably be Duke, but I don't even care.
I watched it.
I
can't believe it.
I couldn't even tell you what the score of that game was right now.
Well, Duke handled them pretty good. Duke's playing good without, Flag. And I don't know. I think they're going to probably sit him out maybe the first game or two. But I think he's all right. I'll tell you, the team I think is playing the best is Florida. They seem to be.
They're playing good ball. They're playing good ball.
They're playing great ball. I think they remind me of Connecticut of last year. But I mean, I got a good feeling. I think we got a good chance. I think we got a better chance than last year.
We were all right. So ACC championship's over. Duke,
order of the bridge.
Take the reins. They got the reins for at least a year.
Yeah.
I'm sure half that team's one and dones. At least our team sticks around for a little bit.
Well, we got last year's experience, and I think we got a better team.
So now we're into March Madness. We got the 5th seed. We're playing a team called
McNeese State.
McNeese. I'll be honest.
I've heard of them. I'm not sure where they're located.
I've never heard of this team. I've never heard of this college. I don't even know where they are located, where they are from.
Where are they from? There's one team in there. Sounds like there's some strange ones in there. trying to think of it. With Lipscomb, heard of them, but not sure where they're from. There's some teams in there.
So McNeese is a good team. They're running.
They got the same record we got.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're very under the radar, and they're going like viral on TikTok and everything right now. Their like team manager is called the Aura Man. So
really?
yeah, so they're popular around the world right now, and a lot of people are picking them to upset us.
Wow,
I heard a couple people say that. I think
a lot of people are picking that.
I think.
Hey, look,
we don't have an easy road to the first round, but
anything happens.
In football, we always like being the underdog.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes right now for Clemson basketball to, take that same motto.
Clemson's up 5-3 against Citadel right now.
Yeah. As Dabo says, haul aboard the Roy bus.
Yeah. I mean, they don't call it March Madness for nothing. It's one game at a time, one play at a time. We can't be thinking about getting into the Final Four.
Hey, look,
Sweet-16.
Exactly. They just need to be focused on this game right here.
3:00.
This game, just be focused on this game
only.
Nothing else. Not who you might be playing, who could be winning. Nothing. Just go in and beat what looks like Cowboys. Let's just beat the Cowboys.
Let's beat.
Now, I'm assuming they a Texas team.
Okay, so they're at State University in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, the Cowboys. Are they the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's got to be some kind of cowboy.
Tigers. Okay, all right.
We're all the way in Rhode Island playing this game.
Rhode Island. I mean,
I thought that was a little strange. Like, why are we having to go way up north to play these games?
I don't know. It seemed like we went to Rhode Island once
with
last
a fifth seed. I thought we'd be a little closer to our area, but
yeah, well.
So we can kind of talk about the huge controversy right now, which is all over social media. The governor of West Virginia has filed legal issues. He has.
I was watching the.
You gotta go watch his press conference, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that press conference, I couldn't stop laughing. The podium had NCAA and it said National Corrupt Athletic Association, and I mean.
I've never seen a governor get involved in something like that.
That is something.
I laughed so hard when I first
getting involved, like the Clemson Carolina game or something.
No, I've never seen anything like that.
He must have went to school there. He must be a real big basketball fan. But I mean, he's a governor. He can do that, I guess. He's top guy.
Dude, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that, and I was like, "That's just absolutely hilarious."
I wonder what the chances are to win.
So, he's calling for an investigation. He's called for it at the highest level. He's saying that there's some back room deals that he thinks was made. So he's alleging that.
They got everything computerized, man. And unless you win your conference, you're automatically in. And they got all this stuff, quad 1, quad 2, and all this stuff, and the stats don't match up, and you still get in. It's a little suspect.
And I'll say, why did North Carolina make it?
Go back to Michael Jordan and the brand, and over the years,
you can put in over the lesser team if you're.
You can argue brand name all day long, but
I'm not saying they deserve to get in, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying a different team with the same stats and RPI and same quad wins and losses probably wouldn't be in there if their name won UNC. I'm just saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
they didn't even beat
UNC.
If they won that, they won the ACC. They beat Duke in the ACC. They would.
I mean, when was the last time UNC didn't make it to the March Madness?
Last year.
So why are they being forced in?
I'm not sure they made it the year before, but then the year like in 2020, 23, 24. In 2022, I believe they made it to the Final Four, didn't they? They made it.
Well, that was what? When did Roy Williams leave? He left around that time?
No, the new guy came on. They made it. He went all the way to the finals of the Final Four.
When did Roy Williams retire from North Carolina?
21, I think. It wasn't that long ago. That guy's been a coach for about 4 years. Yeah. But I know they didn't go last year, and I don't think they went the year before. I think and I heard that the Carolina USC Gamecocks turned down the NIT. They're not playing. They said, we're not playing. We don't want to play. We don't accept your.
That's typical Gamecock right there.
We got better things to do. We got NIL.
They got to get money for their women's basketball bracket.
They had to quit playing basketball because they had to go watch their women play.
Well, I just NIT, man. Clemson's been in it before. We've actually won it before. I watched.
Hey, you know what? NIT is the NIT. In my opinion, if you got chose to go play in the NIT, then go play it.
Yeah.
Give your kids a chance to win something.
I mean, you're one of those teams, but I mean, if you're a team like you're in a conference like the ACC, the SEC, or something like that, it's not very exciting to be in the NIT. You're a small college and you get a chance to play in the NIT, go play. I don't know. I've never been excited about Clemson getting the NIT. I mean, basically, if you win the whole thing, you're 65th in the nation. Whoopee.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
not crazy.
If you have a chance to go win something, go win something.
I mean, to win a tournament and end up 65. I mean, so yeah. Well, I don't. I mean, if I was a player, I'd probably want to play in it because you like to play the game.
They were probably scared that they were going to, get beat out in the first round like we did.
Yeah, but I heard it on the radio. They're not playing. So, okay. So we got it. Jaden Zachary needs to step up. They were talking he may be able to play another year. Dylan Hunter's out supposedly with a broken hand. And I was reading up on TigerNet before I got on. They said, there's a chance he may get in if we make the Final Four. But I didn't know a hand could heal that fast or if they'd even want to play him. We got Chase Hunter. We got Victor. We got Shep.
And I know Duke's big player is out for at least the first round, if I'm not mistaken.
Flag.
Yeah. It looked bad when it actually happened. He was in a wheelchair and they walked back on.
I think it's labeled as a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, they're probably not going to play him.
That's why they didn't let him play in the one game against Georgia Tech. No,
he's been out 2 games.
North Carolina game. And then they kept him out of the ACC championship game, and they may be keeping him out for first round of March Madness, but I think they're kind of like babying him along because they're like, all right, we can win without you in the first round, maybe the second round, but then we're going to need you. So I think they're kind of keeping him out, just letting him heal up as much as possible. So, Flag is out at least for the round 1 for sure.
And they're okay. They're doing okay without him. I mean, they're going to be better with him.
I think listing him as questionable. So
he's quite a player. We shut him down, but nobody else has seemed to shut him down. He's pretty good. He's a freshman.
We've been saying it all year. Clemson has one of the best defenses in the nation in basketball, which, hey, we need to start working on capitalizing on that. Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of turnovers, we get a lot of steals, but we don't get the points.
Yeah, we need to be hitting threes. We're hitting threes that help. We're not hitting threes. We need to work the ball in the paint and do that.
Look at the Louisville game. How many steals did we have, Jacob? And then how many turnovers did we have?
10 steals. We had like 15 the game before. That's a lot of steals. That's a lot of turnovers. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, we had 10 steals in the Louisville game.
Okay.
And then the game 4, I think we had 15.
Let's just say minimum 2 points. All right. Let's just say minimum 2 points. Let's not even look at a 3-pointer, right? Or even a foul shot. Just say minimum of 2 points. That's 20 points off the board right there.
Oh yeah. Our defense.
What was the?
A lot of people don't notice that. They just notice when your offense doesn't play good, huh?
How many turnovers did we have?
Turnovers, we had 9 total turnovers.
Again, what is that? 18 points? If I did my math right. Sorry, I don't do math very well in my head.
No, you're good.
Times 2, if you make it, yeah.
No, we had 14 points off of turnovers, and then they had 15 total, and then they had 11 off of our 15.
Turnovers are huge. They're huge in football. They're huge in basketball.
So if I'm doing the math right, and you guys can correct me, because again, I'm telling you, I don't do math very well. If I'm doing the math right, that's 28 points that we left off the board.
Yeah.
Yep.
because we didn't capitalize on. Well, I know that some of those turnovers we did get points. Okay, I know some of them turnovers we did get points, but I'm saying maximum of points. That was 28. Well, minimum of all that added together. That's 28 points that we could have put on the board. And I know for a fact there was a lot of turnovers that we did not capitalize points on because I threw my hands up in the air going, how do we not get points? We just stole the ball or we just got a turnover.
Yep, we forced them to turn it over 15 times and we only scored 14 points out of those 15 turnovers. I mean, that there is a huge part of the game. You got to
There you go. There you go. So I'm not far off on what I'm trying to say.
We should be rested
you're right
time to get the Rhode Island. We had to play back-to-back late games. Those 10 o'clock games.
I don't know what it is about those 9:30 games. They're like a curse for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get something like that in the March Madness and we can stay.
This 3:15 game feels like a curse. This 3:15 around this time, someone's upset by now, and we're playing Wapping McNeese State at 3:15. But I don't think it's happening. We're a different team, and Brad's a changed man.
Yeah. I think we're good, Rob.
I'll agree with that. Yeah,
I think we had a pretty good run up to that last loss, so I thought we're tired. Hunter got hurt.
We got some rest before the first.
Got some rest. I mean, I didn't know. I've seen some of Dabo's pet talks. So they had the camera microphone in the locker room in the game, and Brad was fired up, man. I've never seen him talk like that. So
there was a whole issue too in the Louisville game. I guess the team was locked out of the.
Yeah, we had locked out of our own locker room at halftime.
Yeah, the ACC commissioner apologized. How could you get locked out of the locker room?
Your own locker room.
Somebody go in there with a key after they came out and lock. Why would you lock the locker room anyways?
There's definitely.
And where's the guy with the key? Or is it you punch some code? Or so? How long were they locked out?
The whole halftime. By the time they get situated, we're going to go out there and warm up.
What is that about? You got one job to do.
That game needs to be investigated. You got locked out in your locker room.
So we didn't even get to go in the locker room. We get a pep talk. That's
conspiracy, I say. Conspiracy, I say.
You got our guys
out of the locker room. There's a no foul call.
So they're like, that never happened at Little John. I mean, you're like, but it's like, hey, who in this Charlotte Coliseum Spectrum Center?
Yeah,
Who's got the key to the locker room? I gotta pee. I mean,
we gotta file a lawsuit for that, but that was just ridiculous.
I mean, guys
got to pee at halftime, right?
Room. You got the no foul call. I mean, what else could go wrong in that game?
March freaking Madness.
They really did not want us to play Duke again. They just did not want us to play Duke again.
They didn't.
Words can't describe what
Duke's lost one ACC game this year. They lost a little.
Like I said, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense. They did not want us to lose. They did not want us to beat Duke in the ACC championship. March Madness selection. So, you can call me a conspiracy theorist all day long, but something's starting to not add up here.
The math's all adding up to y'all's point. I mean, game-winning missed foul.
Gatorade, they're out of Gatorade. Restroom.
All that shit basically will add up to a loss.
Yeah, and then a bad call. And then I've never heard of a team not getting in a locker room at halftime. You can't. A football team. You're playing at a different university. You run the.
You can't let Duke face Clemson in the ACC championship before March Madness selection.
I mean, mentally,
you can't have us beat them again. That'll destroy their.
Halftime is a mental thing. Everybody needs a halftime. You need to sit down and think about.
Because then they would be able to justify UNC getting in.
Yeah.
Do what? I mean, halftime's there for a reason. First of all, you need a rest. Second of all, whether you're winning or you're losing, you need to regroup. And it's just something you do. It's a ritual. You don't get a halftime. You're standing out there in the hallway.
I always thought that they had a security guard stationed.
I mean, I want my granola bar or my Gatorade. I want to go to the restroom, sit down.
Like I said, I always thought that they had a security guard stationed at the door so that no one could go in, so that the door never had to be locked.
we can't even make adjustments. We're sitting in the dang hallway. Brad's out here writing on a clipboard. I mean, it's horrible.
You got a clipboard guys over there mopping the hallway. Brad's out there in the hallway.
Hey,
this give them credit. There's no way.
They still came out and fought hard in the second half, though.
We still went down to the wire in that call. Lord,
it just hurts because I thought it was our year for ACC.
I did too. I was like, let's win the ACC, and then I can breathe and whatever. Now we got a chip on our shoulder.
Now we got to win it all.
Maybe that was the chip we needed. Huh?
I said, especially with, Flag going down in the game and, in the Georgia Tech game. So it was like, and, honestly, UNC almost beat North Carolina.
Oh, dude, I thought that game was over. 24-point lead at halftime. And I'm like, I was texting a UNC friend of mine. I ain't looking good.
Violation, foul, whatever you want to call it. Again, you can go back to conspiracy theories on
the way he came across that line. He didn't just come like he went his whole leg like he.
I don't know what.
Yeah, the guy wasn't even about it. It was just weird. I mean, it looked.
I don't know what it was
about. I'm not really
into
a lot of conspiracy theories, but it looked weird.
Yeah, like I said, I mean that foul shot would have tied the game.
You think he picked him up and check out back?
2 free throws.
I mean, it would have tied the game. So Duke still would have had a chance to win the game. It's just, I don't know, man. You can call it conspiracy all day long. Something just did not add up in the ACC championship tournament. And now you got the big controversy over West Virginia not getting in. Was it Iowa or Indiana not getting in?
Indiana's usually in there.
Mixed up.
Strong
but you
basketball.
got several schools that had a legitimate shot to get in that didn't get in, and then you see UNC get in. So I don't know.
Watch UNC go the final. I don't think they got talent, but
UNC.
All right, so everybody, huh?
You know what's going to legitimize this whole theory about UNC getting in is that they lose in the first round.
That probably ain't gonna happen. Who they play? Well, they play tonight. They play in about an hour.
Yeah, hold on.
They play UNC.
They play San Diego State.
Hey, both 11 seeds, right? So they're about evenly matched.
Yep, both 11 seeds.
Yeah. So
like I said, I believe that.
Hey, I'm pulling for San Diego State.
North Carolina is favored by 4.5.
Who is?
North Carolina's favored by 4.5.
Huh.
That is all their name.
Not playing Rhode Island either, are they?
That's all their name. That 4.5 is every bit of big blue North Carolina.
So y'all do the brackets. Everybody asks me this time of year. I've never done the brackets. Never have. Mathematically, I think
I did. I've done the brackets a couple times at a work thing in my older career, and I never fared very well. I mean, partially because I never really kept up with basketball as much. Football, baseball, that's always been my two sports. I would watch basketball sometimes. Like, I would always watch basketball during March Madness, but I've done some brackets in the past. And if I was to fill out a bracket now, I don't even know, because there's some teams that I'm just like, I just
well, mathematically, to get
UNC is going to win tonight.
Mathematically, you get every one of them games, and it's probably easier to win the lottery than to get all that right. Now, mathematically, somebody just asked me who can be in the Final Four. That's a lot easier. But to get each one of them games right, that's
I mean, if I was to have a prediction of the Final Four, I think
who do you got in the Final Four?
I think Duke definitely will make it.
I got Duke, Clemson.
Has a great chance of making it.
I got Duke, Clemson, Auburn, and Florida. If they
I definitely think Auburn will be there for sure.
Auburn has a tough finish.
I don't have the bracket in front of me right now, but does
Florida's going to be
separate things?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking.
Florida don't play each other until it came to the Final Four, right?
Do what now?
I said Auburn and Florida, they don't play each other unless it came down to a Final Four.
Right. I think. I'm not looking at the bracket right now. But those are the best. Those are teams
I do not have my phone in front of me like I usually do, and I do not have access to the bracket.
USA Today has Clemson.
I'm blind tonight.
One guy's got us in the finals. Which I like that guy. The guy on ESPN. There's a chance we made the final 8. We gotta play one game at a time the best we can.
I definitely think we can make the final 8. Now, I mean, our grouping is not going to be easy road. I mean, it's not going to be an easy road at all.
We're going to run into Houston. They're right in their bracket. I think Tennessee's.
I feel like if we go in and we beat Houston, that says right there, hey, we have a chance.
Yeah, Houston's good.
So, I mean, I think we can do it for sure, 100%. But I think our true test will. I mean, look, let's see how we play against McNeese. If we play them super well,
get some confidence up,
and get that confidence built. Play them super well. Hey, look, McNeese could beat us very easily, but if we go in there and dominate them, hey, we got a chance.
Shut everybody up.
Yeah,
but if we struggle against them, I don't know. It might be rough.
So let's say we beat McNeese. Most likely we get Purdue the next round. I like our
Purdue's decent. What's their record?
Purdue.
They're not as good as they usually are, but they're good.
No, they're a 4 seed. A lot of people are predicting them to get beat by High Point.
Really, High Point?
Yeah, High Point.
Is that High Point? Where's High Point? North Carolina?
High Point's like a sleeper team right now because everybody has like their Cinderella predictions and everything. And High Point's one of them. McNeese is one of them.
McNeese, High Point. I thought High Point was in North Carolina. I don't know.
Us and Purdue. You've got to play both of them.
Where is High Point? Is that High Point, North Carolina, or is that just the name of it?
High Point.
No, it's High Point. It's not High Point, North Carolina. I know
that. That's the only High Point I know. I didn't even know a college existed called High Point until recently.
So, what would your what's your prediction on if a number 1 seed was to lose to a 16 seed? Who would that be?
Me?
Yeah.
The number 1 to 16.
Right. What potential number 1 seed team
has
the potential to lose to a 16 seed team?
Okay, so Auburn's a 1. They're not getting beat. No way they get beat.
Yeah, I'm pulling all the way from Wofford. They're right up. I mean, I have friends. A bunch of my friends went to Wofford. They're 2 miles from where I live. I mean, I don't follow Wofford basketball, but I'm pulling for them. It's a home team, but they're not going to beat Tennessee. If they do, I mean, now, 10 years ago.
Just retire the basketball program if Wofford beats them.
They call it March Madness. 10 years ago, they went to Sweet 16, and they were going crazy around Spartan.
I always just like that question just because.
But there's going to be it's March Madness.
There's going to be at least
upset.
116.
There's going to be some madness going on.
Yeah, there's going to be some madness. There's going to be an upset like there was last year. I just don't know where it's going to be.
It's normally around Thursday at 3 p.m. is why I'm scared.
Oh, you had to bring it up.
No, don't say that.
It's not happening. We're different.
It's not happening, Rhode Island.
It's not happening.
Come on,
don't
jinx us like that, man. Don't put that bad mojo out there.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Get a plane ticket, fly out there.
We might have to go up to Rhode Island as
Jacob literally came in.
We got to get the supporter Tigers.
The curses, the 3:15 time slot.
I mean,
it's a bad time slot, but something about this team. I think we're better than we were last year.
I'm just wondering how many fans actually go. I mean, Ipte, as soon as they pick Ipte and Ticketmaster, bam, bam, text messages, emails start coming in like, I'm not buying a ticket.
I was not a big fan of our round 1 matchup. I was expecting something a lot easier, but we've got it. We're better than we were last. I think this is the best thing we've ever had. I mean, Josh, we talked about it a lot.
I definitely believe it's the best team we had.
Dude, up until the Louisville game, we were rolling. Beat Duke. I mean, how many games did we win in a row? We were rolling. I mean, beat teams.
Oh man, his name just literally went out my head. What was the guy? Our best player last year. Yeah, if we still had him on this team this year, that's a NCAA championship team all day long.
Yeah,
so, in my opinion, I feel like this team that we
have
have
Victor,
this year
PJ
is
Hall,
better than last year's team.
And Shep, we would be in there.
Like I said,
no doubt.
The team that we have this year is better than last year's team, in my opinion, and we made it to the final 8.
Well, we lost
said
We lost
we
Gerard, we
be
lost PJ, and that's
Final
about it.
Four, Final Two.
It's literally about it.
Yeah, we lost PJ and we lost Gerard. We picked up Victor and a couple other people. So, but our team's better. I just think our team's better.
That's what I was saying. Like I feel
I
like
think
we had a great
the
team
Loch-Ness
last year,
Monsters,
and they made it to the Final Eight. And this year, I feel
technically
like the team we have this year is better than that team.
I agree with you. I've been saying that all year. This is the best thing ever had.
Sleep and get to the Final Four.
And we should have made it Final Four last year because we beat Alabama early in the season. We just didn't play good that game.
They got red hot.
They got red hot, but I mean, sometimes basketball is sports like that. Basketball especially, not really football as much. But
I mean, Alabama's getting hot right here at the end of the year too.
Yeah, Alabama's got a good team. Somehow the Bulldogs snuck in. They're in there. SEC's got, SEC. I mean, Carolina be saying all that, and they're not even in it.
I mean, you can't deny the shift from ACC to SEC this year. I mean, you got more SEC teams than ACC teams this year. So,
I mean, I humbly say that SEC's more dominant in basketball this year.
So let's say it all goes our way. We'd run into Houston in the Sweet 16.
Houston.
Number 1, Houston, Sweet 16.
Well, I remember back in the day, Houston with the Slob, Family Jamma, or whatever. I mean, my God.
So the
NC State beat them.
Played in the same area?
Huh?
So we'd still be playing in up north, right?
I think it would change.
Houston back in '81 had supposedly the best basketball team, arguably ever. They call them the Phi Slama Jamma. And I'm trying to think of Kia Wajuan, and they had Clyde Drexler. These guys were like NBA. And guess who? Little old NC State went in there and beat them in the finals. Yeah, so I mean that's why they call it March Madness. You just got to play the game ahead of you.
If we face Houston in the Sweet 16, where will that be played at?
I don't have my bracket. Where's
like the way I understand the bracketology? Like every group plays in their area to a certain point, right?
I think the Sweet 16.
Well, we're in the
at that point.
Huh?
It's got to change. Sweet 16, they've got to change it. Like, because there's only 16 teams left. It should change at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know, so we're in the Midwest. We're in the Midwest region.
Midwest. Imagine that we're on the East Coast, and we're playing in Rhode Island.
So, okay, hold on. How is Rhode Island considered Midwest?
Yeah, things are not adding up here.
Well, how is Clemson considered Midwest?
I have a little bit of.
Should we be in the Southeast region?
Rhode Island is not Midwest.
No, it's north. It's about as north as you can get.
That is northeast.
Yeah, as you can get. It's up there near. It's not there near Maine. It's way up there. It's so small that you can barely put I mean, Rhode Island's one of the smallest states there is. There's not much going on in there. A bunch of banks up there. That's about it.
Hey, but you know what? That's better than what we had last year. We were like way out west somewhere last year, weren't we?
We just need to freaking believe we can achieve it. Kick some butt. Let's go do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just do it. Let's shock the nation. I feel it.
One game at a time. One game
at a time. And if not, then we got football. But I wanted it to happen in basketball. I mean,
I think we have a good shot. Honestly, I think we definitely can make the Final Four.
If we win it all, it'd be a surprise.
Depending on who we play in the Final Four, does it? If you look at the bracket, you can basically predict down who we would face in the Final Four, right?
Final Four, we would get Duke. As long as
Duke, bring it on.
Keep winning, we'd get Duke.
That's awesome.
And then on my bracket, I had Clemson and Duke, and then Auburn and Florida for the Final Four.
And then the guy, I can't.
That'd be a great name. Clark.
What did Clark say?
That'd be a good Final Four
right there. The ACC versus SEC in basketball. I like that.
And then I had Florida winning and us winning, and then us knocking off Florida for Brad Bell to get a statue outside.
Tigers. We'll be there when they fly back.
A lot of that was my bias, but
hey,
I believe we can do it.
Hey, Rod, you're going. We're all going. If they win it all, we're going to be there when the plane comes in. I'll be at the airport. I'll be at the game.
We can do it. There's a chance.
Yeah. that is not a far-fetched bracket, and I like that. I think that would be epic right there. We come back down and we get our showdown with Duke, which should have been in the ACC tournament. Get our showdown, prove that we can beat Duke, and then go on. Look, we beat Duke in the Final Four.
They're going to hate us.
I don't hate me all you want, but I don't even care. I would love to win the next game, but I wouldn't be mad if we lost because it was like we beat Duke in the Final Four.
We beat 3 number 1 seeds. We would beat we would beat
Florida. We haven't been past that.
We've been
twice. We need to at least get the Final
knocked off. I mean, that'd be an insane run. That's a bunch of good.
Yeah, this is the year we go to uncharted territory. We get the Final Four, and then we'll see what happens.
Like I said, I think that would be.
Oh, another thing, they're talking about Indiana. That came up in the conversation. They're looking for a coach. Guess who they're looking at? Brad Barnell.
No, they got their guy today.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yeah,
good.
They got their guy. It's over.
Okay, leave our guy.
Brad Barnell can rest. He's here to stay.
2.5 years ago, before March, or 2 years and some change, or years and change, to be like, all right, go ahead, take Brad. We want Brad now.
I mean, I'll be the first to say
he's made a complete 180, man.
The fire Barnell train prior to last year.
I'm on the train now. Keep him on. Give him a raise.
I mean, he definitely
he's one of the top coaches in the nation, man.
He definitely changed. He definitely got this team to, But I mean, he's been our coach for a long time, and it just seemed like
it all started
where we needed to be.
It all started with the Boston College ACC first round, where really, and it's like, here we go, and everybody's like, that's enough.
Fire.
And then we go to the NCAA, and I'm sitting there watching the first game. Like, okay, that's pretty cool. Second game we win. I'm like, that's even cooler. Third game, about fourth game, I'm like, this get pretty interesting, man. And then it started getting exciting.
All day long, first round NIT, we should have been in the March Madness that year, but we didn't. And then we get knocked out in the first round of the NIT, and it's like, come on, man.
It's like, man,
that's when I was definitely on the let's get rid of Barnell train, and it just always felt like he could never get us over the hump. And then last year he got us over the hump and got us to the Elite Eight, and it's like, all right. And then he brought in some really good recruits to replace, PJ Hall and a couple other, guys that left, and it's like now all of a sudden it's like, all right, okay. Let's go.
It's the
Barnell Redemption Tour.
It all ends with a natty.
Let's go. Keep our locker rooms open at halftime.
If we don't win it this year, I feel like we got it next year for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do it this year, honestly.
Yeah. This is the year. This is the best year we've had in Clemson history, a chance to win it all. Chance to get the Final Four, chance to get at least the finals. Better so than last year.
I know baseball's still on a good roll.
We were up 5-3 against the Citadel. That came on. I just saw it. I don't know. It was in the 5th inning last time I saw the score. We did lose one game. We never lost 2 games. We're still ranked 10th.
Yeah, something like that.
So
we're up.
Solid.
We're up 5-4, top of the 8th.
Okay, so they scored another run.
So baseball's still running good. I know the big Savannah Banana game coming up here.
Yeah, we need to sell a show for that game. Might as well. That's worth selling.
So that's going to be historic in itself.
Well, it looks like we're doing the spring game show. If you come down, Rob, we're doing it. You're not coming, are you?
Me?
Yeah, the spring game.
Yeah, it's
got a baseball.
It's going to be tough because I got a lot going on. So.
If you do come, we're going to be at Bixby's. I thought we were going to be at the RV park.
I'll keep you posted on that because I think, like I said, I think there's a baseball. My son's baseball game is going on.
Gotcha. All right. Let's get it.
We got some new sponsors, Sweetwater Electric and Bracken Real Estate came on board. Looking good there. Don't forget, in May we've got the first inaugural I Bleed Orange charity golf tournament coming on. Still looking for.
We're going to have
sponsors for that. So
we're going to have Randy on next week. I talked to him today. and we'll talk a little bit more about golf. But that's going to be May 25th. Tee time is 11:04. I don't know why it's not 11, but it's 11:04. And we've already got 2 sponsors for that.
Awesome.
And,
sounds good.
We got 16 more holes.
Got to start getting those teams in there. So if you have a, foursome that would like to come in, it will be a scramble format. Bring it on. Bring it on.
We'll have food. We'll have prizes. We're going to give away a car if somebody can hit a hole in one.
And as Jacob said, Thursday, 3:15 in the afternoon, first round.
Yeah, I mean, your normal, unless you're like me, you had a weird schedule. Your normal person's working at 3:15 on a Thursday, but luckily,
hey,
I can watch the game at 3:15.
I'm not even worried about it. We've got this. We're gonna win that game and move on to the next round. There's no curse.
I'm just ready to get started. Let's watch the game coming up. North Carolina. I think we have a pretty good show tonight. Welcome to new sponsors.
Yep.
Congratulations on Jacob with his first sale. That's exciting. On a roll. He's 1 for 1. That's 1,000%. Not getting better than that.
Couldn't do any better than that.
Yeah, get out of there, man. Keep going. I need a break.
All right. Well, go Tigers. Let's beat McNeese.
All right. See you next week. Cut.